welcome back to our channel. This is the Sam, Nicole, and Fifi show, a dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. And on our channel, we discuss all things love, life, relationships from both the millennial perspective, myself, and the Generation X perspective, my lovely mother, Fifi. So tonight, what are we going to be talking about?
Today, because it's not night.
Oh, it's not night. Why do I always say tonight? Because I feel like a lot of times when we do film, it's like in the evening, y'all. But as you can see behind us, it's 2:19. Happy Easter if you celebrate Easter.
Happy Resurrection Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about this video with Saweetie and Quavo. Did I say the name right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get all these hip hop and rappers' names mixed up, y'all, because
Mm-hmm.
Quavo. You know, when I saw that video on the Shade Room, I was like, it was very disturbing to me. And the reason why it was disturbing to me is because she ended up in distress. Whether you want to believe it or not, or whatever you want to call it, the young lady ended up in distress. And that was abuse. It was physical abuse. It was assault. You know, they said that they were arguing over a Fortnite video game. Is that correct?
It was never really confirmed what they were arguing about. I think that was a rumor, but just to give you guys some context, we're talking about the rapper Quavo from Migos and the rapper Saweetie. There was a video that recently came out this week from TMZ, and this video is allegedly from a year ago, and it shows them getting into an altercation in the elevator. It looked like it was her building, maybe, where the altercation took place.
It was
basically just
that
him.
Was confirmed.
Some people say in the first frame of the video, Saweetie swung at Quavo and he pushed her down, and then they got inside the elevator.
Well, I didn't see the swing at Quavo. I can only go by what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And even so, if she did swing at him, he still was aggressive, and that was an assault. And he had the more physical strength to overpower her. We have to realize that men have, you know,
whether they're like, what, 35% stronger than us?
Right. Whether we realize it or not. I know as women, you know, it's, for some of us, like myself, it's naturally to fight back. But men have more strength and stamina than us. They're stronger than us. So, of course, he overpowered her, you know. And she ended up in distress, sitting down on the floor of the elevator. So that was assault. And a lot of people, it was just disturbing to read the comments. Oh, that's not abuse. If y'all want to know abuse, I can tell you what abuse is. He didn't hit her. They just going through some problems. People go through problems in relationships. It's just a mentality. It's sickening how we look at behavior, toxic behavior. It's sickening the way we look at it, the way our mental state views it and breaks it down. That was abuse. That was physical abuse. Anytime that you put your hand on someone, it's abuse. It's abuse. Aggressively. Anytime you put your hand on someone aggressively, it's abuse. And it was just so sad to look at the comments up under the video.
Which came primarily from women.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know if we're so accustomed to being in environments where we see that type of toxic behavior, so we have come accustomed to it, and our mind has programmed to think that it's okay. Mm-hmm. And it's not okay. It's not okay for someone to do you like that. It's not okay by any forms or mean. It's not okay for a male to do a female like that, and it's not okay for a female to do a male like that. And we know that men, 9 out of 10 in situations like that, you hear more so the man overpowering the woman. And that's what happened. I mean, It was so where she had to sit there for a minute and get her bearings back. She had to get herself together. And he just looked down at her, and that was another thing that made me think that it was done out of a evil demeanor on his part, because he looked down at her. And then he looked at the camera.
Like, oh shit, they caught me.
Right. I'm God. And why didn't he, if they were just playing tug of war and he was just trying to get something for her, why didn't he reach down and to assist her and say, oh, I'm sorry, babe. Let me help you up. It was like, nah, what? I got you. Ooh. So it was coming from a place, a demeanor of evil and just spitefulness. To me, that's what I saw. And it's not okay. It's not okay for anybody to put your hands on you no matter what. I don't care what you do. It's not okay. It's not okay.
Alrighty then.
So...
yeah, you said it. Yeah, I guess I'm just still tripping off the comments from women. It just like made me realize like how like male centered a lot of women are, and how I feel like as women we uphold the patriarchy. And it was just really gross. It was to see that. Now none of us were there. We don't know what happened. We don't know. Obviously we don't condone women putting their hands on men.
I definitely don't.
Hands on men. Don't put your hand on a man. Even if you arguing with him and y'all going back and forth, you shouldn't put your hands on a man. You shouldn't throw anything at a man. Like, you should not do that, and vice versa. We don't know the full context of what happened, what the conversation was.
No,
but what leads me to still believe that it's foul play is that Saweetie said that she endured a lot in that relationship, and she did not denounce the speculations of him allegedly abusing her.
Right.
I feel like Saweetie, I don't think she's that grimy to where she wouldn't say, you know what, no, he didn't abuse me. I mean, most women who are getting their ass beat, getting abused, they usually protect their abusers and usually come out and say, oh, it's not what it was, he didn't mean it. So the fact that she's not doing that, it makes me think that, where there's smoke, there's fire. So that's just my thought. I thought the same thing too, and this is just on a completely separate note, but I thought the same thing with Wendy Williams and her ex-husband, Kev. Wendy Williams is she's a very masculine woman, and so to see her be in that mental and emotional abusive relationship with her ex-husband, I'm curious to know if he has ever physically tried to intimidate her with his stance, his body. I don't know, not necessarily saying he put his hands on her, but just bucking at her to kind of make her comply with what he wants. So I'm just curious about that. That's another thing too. People think abuse is somebody, putting a foot up your ass, like beating your ass, but that's not always the case. Sometimes abuse is verbal, sometimes it's emotional abuse, financial abuse, mental, so I hope that as a collective we can evolve and see things for what they are. It's not just a one size, fit all. Just because a man isn't, punching a woman square in her face doesn't necessarily mean that, a woman isn't being abused. But I think we got a long way to go as a people.
And I want to add one more component to this whole discussion. Men do not physically abuse women when they know that woman has a male figure. I've seen this and I know this from experience. When they know a woman has a male figure in their lives that will protect them and that will come to their defense. Men will not abuse women when they know that it's a male in that woman's life that will protect her, love her, and come to her defense. So that's why that a man that abuses a woman, there's something wrong with him. His psychological build, or emotionally built that he feels like that whatever he's going through, he has to take it out on a woman instead of being able to deal with his issues as a man. And he feels like, I can take it out on this woman and no one is going to do anything about it. And I think that a lot of times, you know, you see that a lot.
Yeah, every 8 hours a black woman is murdered through intimate partner violence. And that's
why we get back to protecting our black women. But when a man knows that woman has some type of male in her life, whether it's her father, her brother, her cousin, or a friend, or somebody that's going to check him, most abusers are afraid of being checked by another man. And most abusers won't step up to another man. I've seen it. Most men who abuse women, they don't want to be checked by another man, and they won't step up to another man.
They'll think twice before.
Or they'll think twice before if they do step up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the way I feel about it.
Okay. I think another thing too with women having men in their lives, like, you know, brothers, uncles, fathers to protect them. I also think it's good as women to take heed to what the men in your life are saying. If they telling you not to, you know, fuck with the guy, listen to them. You know what I mean? Because you also don't want to put those men in your family in danger by continuing to go back to a toxic person where, you know, they got to step into a life or death situation. Even though if they're real men and they care about you, that it won't be an issue. But I just think also as women, be responsible. You know, if you're dealing with somebody and your brother or somebody, a man in your life that is of good character and good sound mind and has good intention, he's telling you don't fuck with this guy, don't do it. You know, listen to him. Because sometimes, you know, your family can see things that you don't see.
Especially men.
Yeah, and I think it's important that women pay attention to those red flags for sure. Yeah. Because people don't, it's hard for people to front for long periods of time. They always going to slip up and give you a taste of who they really are. Sooner or later. You can only wear the mask for so long. Yeah. So that's my thoughts.
So let us know what you think about that video down in the comments. Do you think that it was abuse? Do you think it was just...
Do you think it was blown out of proportion?
I don't know.
Maybe she I mean, that's the only statement she put out, that she endured a lot in the relationship. And then Quavo put out a statement saying he did not abuse her. So we'll see. Maybe she'll put it in a song.
And it's just
maybe
funny.
She'll do an interview one day. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like Beyonce and Jay-Z and Solange in the elevator where we didn't really know. We didn't find out what actually happened in that elevator until 10 years later.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just... It's funny how the video came out, you know. They said it happened a while ago. But
like a year ago.
Yeah, but it surfaced now right after the breakup. So it was like she probably went back and got the video. And
you think she exposed him?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You think she dropped that video to expose Quay? Like, you did this to me?
Right.
Oh, I'm finna show
you want to say how bad of a woman I was?
Oh, okay.
Let me show the people what you really was doing to me and why I was responding the way I was responding. Let me show you what you really. Let me expose you for what you really are, for what type of man you really are. What's done in the dark comes to the light. Always. All right, guys. So let us know what you think.
Hot mess.
Yes.
I think Saweetie's beautiful, but I'm gonna leave that comment to myself. All right, y'all. So yes, again, we are the Sam, Nicole, and Fifi show here on YouTube. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Sam, Nicole. This is my beautiful mother, Fifi. We'll see you next time. Bye.